What the f*** do you call this? That's me in court, right? In jail. See, this is what. Here's the garbage of what you're trying to tell me right now. The funny part is nobody told me once that these things were live streamed on YouTube. I already knew that. I've captured all of them. I guarantee nobody else really wants to continue seeing me.
All right, guys, the sovereign citizen absolutely lost it in court the other day. And now he's not only facing a trespassing charge, but also skipping out on his court appearance. Honestly, I feel bad for his attorney because this guy is out here being wildly disrespectful. He's mocking the court, acting like he's the one in charge and just refusing to play by any rules. But his own, he's the textbook definition of a sovereign citizen thinking he can ignore the law and rewrite the rules on the spot. The way he's talking to the judge is unreal. You can practically feel the meltdown building. And trust me, it's coming fast. He's about to find out the hard way that the court doesn't mess around. This is going to be a total disaster, and you're definitely going to want to see how it all plays out. Let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen completely unravel in court.
Mr. Who? No.
Parcel?
No. Mr. Christopher.
Fisher. Understood. Mr. Host, you said, one second. Mr. Christopher, can you still hold?
Why would I do that?
I should use your contact information.
I'm not interested in being in contact with you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nor do you represent me. I'm going to make that very clear right now.
understood. Just to,
You don't speak when the case is called.
I'll leave that to you. As far as the county is concerned, I've been appointed to represent you.
For what?
In the criminal trespass and obstruction charge.
Oh, because that's the first time that's ever been mentioned in open court
Okay.
with me present.
Okay, that should have been made. You should have been made aware. Well, I guess.
Yeah, there should have been like an arraignment.
Well, and that's pending. There's another procedure that's been started that we need to get through first. If you want to step out, we can talk about it.
No, thank you.
We don't have to. So that's kind of where we're at today.
Yeah, I know where we're at today. We've been doing this almost 500 days, man.
Understood. I guess part of the reason I like to contact you is because you get through this next phase.
It's not going to happen. That's the whole point of this. That's why it's took it so long. You guys did a 1077 without me present, without me even being heard.
Sure.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
It's a procedure that doesn't require your presence. Now, whether you agree with it or not, I understand, but that's the situation.
Here's a little reminder of like what a court can do and cannot do.
Well, according to Washington state law, currently the court's able to do this.
Oh, really?
And in order to get past this step, I need to be able to coordinate with the people that are going to talk to you and yourself so that we can get that set up to do it. If you want to move on, then we have to get through that step. I understand that you maybe don't want to or agree with it.
See, this is what. Here's the garbage of what you're trying to tell me right now. Literally 1 year, 3 weeks, and 1 day ago, when I was in courtroom 3 with Samuel Meyer, he's the one who actually gave anything substantive in this case to me, as far as information is concerned.
Well,
and what he said, hold on, what he said was at any time, the 1077 can be withdrawn.
Well, I can't withdraw it if you won't talk to.
I've talked to everybody. Why would I continue talking to you guys? You guys are going to be a future defendant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the word he meant to say was withdrew, not withdraw. Classic sovereign citizen moment. Right here. These guys love tossing around legal jargon. They clearly just picked up from 5-minute YouTube rabbit hole. And honestly, the way he's talking to his attorney right now, ID bet real money on him losing this case in spectacular fiery fashion. Him talking fooling courtroom crash. And Burn, you can literally see his last 2 brain cells duking it out, and both of them are losing the attorney. Poor guy looks like he's questioning every life choice that landed him in that chair. He's probably already writing his I quit speech in his head, and I cannot wait for the judge to walk back in and absolutely obliterate this nonsense. It's about to get brutal.
I've made that really clear. Samuel Meyer has everything that he needs from me. And here's the biggest problem. Tell me what the 1077 is about. Is it about allegedly I didn't want to go to court or I didn't want to talk to anybody? What the do you call this? That's me in court, right? In jail.
Well, I understand your position on that. Just like being new to the case, I'm not privy to that.
Well, now you're hearing it.
So I've basically got two options here. I mean, either I can give you the, well, I could give, if you'll provide me with your contact information, I can give that to
You guys already have it? Nobody's giving me a letter. Nobody's doing nothing.
Okay, but I've seen like situations where you've refused to receive the mail.
Who said that I refused to receive mail?
That's just mine.
Mr. White, I just want to remind you that this is not confidential. Everybody can hear this. I just want to remind you. Okay.
And that's, I asked him if he wanted to step out and talk, and at any rate, if nothing else, I can facilitate communication between you and the people that are supposed to do that. I don't have to necessarily do anything else, but we have to get past that phase in order to move forward on your case.
I want it withdrawn, and I want to proceed on my own without an attorney.
Okay, well, then you and I will have to talk, because I'm the one who has to.
So let's see here. Let's name all the alleged attorneys that have been part of this case that I have spoken to personally. We got Stillwell, we got Kale, we got Lesh.
Okay, and again, I'm not privy to that. I don't have any of that information.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want me to request to withdraw that, then I need to talk to you about it. And if you don't want to talk to me, then I don't really have a choice.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna ask that volume and behavior is acceptable at what court has going on.
Okay.
And at some time, if you become disruptive, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. So
I get it.
I'd like you to be as efficient as you can.
I
And get as
get
much
it.
done as
Trust me,
possible.
I don't want you dragging me away when I got a
Nobody
cane
drag
mask.
you away,
It's gonna hurt. It's
As
gonna
long as the
hurt.
judge is in here, he might ask.
No. Me and Paul, we know each other.
Okay.
I've been doing this a really long time with him. That's, you know.
I'm just checking in on.
Okay. No, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
Appropriate behavior as well.
Okay. Absolutely, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So basically, she said, if you want me to request to withdraw the request, then I have to really talk to you. So since the request was submitted for, and then the decision based on that. And I want to represent yourself, not necessarily grounds for that request, because I don't know what was requested.
Neither do I. I just hear alleged.
And that's what I'm saying, like, unless I don't have the information I need to move forward.
For the record, Isaac, me, him. That's a hearing.
No,
Okay.
I understand.
But it's not on the record. It happened November 13th. It's not on the record.
Have you submitted any public records requests for the audio of the hearings?
I already have them, man.
Oh, you
Yeah. The funny part is nobody told me once that these things were live streamed on YouTube. I already knew that. I've captured all of them.
Well,
Every single hearing I've captured from YouTube.
so that's one of the things that we should probably talk about outside of court. So again, offering to step out and speak with you if you want. Or even just step back into that corner and speak, but we'll lower the volume some.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. Everything that you want to have a conversation with me about can be right here.
Well, I mean, part of my role is to inform you as to your rights and help you protect them, so.
Well, you'd be the first.
So basically this clown is out here claiming that every single attorney who's ever tried to help him was secretly plotting against him and refusing to protect his rights. Like, really, bro, you honestly think there's some grand legal conspiracy focused just on you? Out of all people, you think you're the center of this massive scheme. It's the classic sovereign citizen victim complex. They can't win at life. So they convince themselves the entire system is rigged against them. It's never their fault. It's always some evil attorney or a corrupt judge. Honestly, these people need to be studied in a lab. We might be looking at a whole new species of dumb here. I wouldn't even be surprised if he thinks gravity is just another government hoax. The level of delusion is actually kind of impressive. I know I roast these guys a lot, but I gotta hand it to them. The sheer commitment to this brand of stupidity is on another level entirely.
What was that date? Let me say.
Hmm?
The date of the hearing. You said it wasn't.
The one that happened in custody was November 13th, 2023.
Well, it's written down in the record. I don't know.
Really? They changed it, huh?
You said it was November.
13th, not 30th. 30th did happen. I was there for that. That was the first out of custody hearing I had.
Well, if you want, we can talk about that more. But if you don't, that's fine too.
I think what we can settle on is asking for a separate hearing.
And that's fine. We'll do
Okay.
that.
But just remember, this isn't a matter of you representing me. This is a matter of me trying to cooperate in terms of like work with the court and everybody to get this resolved.
Well, and
I guarantee nobody else really wants to continue seeing me. And it doesn't matter like what happens at or after a trial. Like,
so
we can get this done.
So here's the thing. Again, as far as the county's concerned, I've been appointed to represent you.
That's
So if I say it that way, I'm not necessarily saying that you're accepting the representation.
I understand that.
That's just me trying to clarify the record
Yeah,
as to what my role is at this point.
yeah, I get that.
And then if at some point you want to represent yourself and the court finds that you're able to do so, then they'll allow you to do that. If you want standby counsel, you can have an attorney appointed to assist you with interpreting the law and maybe preparing your case. You don't necessarily have to work with that attorney. But that attorney is basically provided to answer any legal questions that you might have. And you probably have plenty of information on that at this point as well. So we'll just ask for that here and move forward from
Seated, please. Mr. White.
I guess we'll start here with Mr. Christopher. As he's listed on the docket as Mr. Christopher Hartzell. I have been appointed by the county to represent Mr. Christopher, although he has expressed that he does not want representation. He has a pending 1077. He's been advised by the court that that can be requested to be withdrawn at any time. And he would like to request to do that. However, that might take a little more time than we have on today's docket. So we're asking just to set a hearing where he can address that. And that's my case and Mr. Holcomb's case and Mr. Christopher's case to address. I suspect, how much time do you think you need, Mr. Christopher? Half an hour, an hour? Less?
For a hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure a half hour would be fine.
So if the court has a half an hour, then we can set that for, I suppose at the court's convenience, obviously as soon as possible.
Well, okay. We still don't have the competency assessment
We
yet.
don't, Your Honor, and that's kind of the situation.
Right,
is that, if Mr. Christopher doesn't want to communicate with me or the hospital, and he wants to represent himself,
Yeah, we
we're kind of
had
at
this.
impasse.
We had this discussion already and a ruling on it. And the ruling was that we're not going to make any determination about self-representation until after competency is determined. We had the whole discussion previously, and nothing's changed. We're not going to revisit that.
I still object to it.
That's fine. You don't have to keep saying it either. You objected one time, and that preserves it forever.
Cool.
So keep in mind that if you said it once, it's been recorded, and you don't have to keep saying it.
Excellent.
Could we possibly set a hearing then just to address how to move forward?
We're going to set a hearing to determine competency, which we have. That is a threshold issue that we have to do. A person who's not competent to proceed cannot represent themselves either. So we're going to determine that first, and then after, and I've explained this to Mr. Christopher. After we've determined, assuming that we determine he's able to proceed, then we'll proceed with the potential of self-representation.
I don't know about the rest of you, but this guy is just yelling that he is incompetent. And if he does end up representing himself, it will be a complete train wreck. However, this entire case makes me personally wonder why sovereign citizens always believe that they can win by representing themselves, for example. If you're so confident, go ahead and do what you're doing. But let's be honest, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. I mean, half the time, they're just spouting random legal jargon they read on some dubious Facebook group in the hopes that it will work. It's really just pure comedy to watch someone attempt to defeat a chess grandma using only their confidence and vibes.
But all of those advisements and that have to occur and the understandings that the court has to find in order for a person to be able to represent themselves can't be done until competency has been determined. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind, that will be the procedure, and we're not going to revisit that over and over again. So we've got to get to the point of the competency determination first.
I have one question for the court. What exactly is the 1077 over?
A couple of months. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that question?
What exactly is the 1077 order about? Why was the order sent off to Western State Hospital?
Well, generally what it's about it's an order from the court to conduct an examination, in this case of you, to determine whether you are able to proceed in this case.
So why?
Because there's been serious doubt raised by the attorneys interacting with you that you may not be able to do that. And it would be a violation of your rights to proceed with a criminal case against you if you were not competent to proceed with the case.
And what is being alleged? About
the crime that's alleged?
Sure, yeah, we'll start with that.
Well, the crimes that are alleged are trespass in the first degree and obstructing a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, that's the first time that's been said in open court, other than Samuel Meyer saying trespass. I heard Samuel Meyer say trespass, obstruction.
That's still one of the charges.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it exactly that they're having doubts about competency? Like what are they alleging? Because what I heard from Samuel Meyer is that somebody has alleged that I didn't want to talk to anybody and that I didn't want to come to court.
Well, that may have figured into it. I don't know.
What do you call this? I went to court.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Yeah, I know you were here previously because we've talked about this. Okay. So what we're going to do is
we talked about this while I was in custody.
We're going to get that evaluation completed, and we'll reconvene on that issue on May 16th at 9:00.
So I don't know if any changes, feel free to give me a call, because I don't have to advise you, but you can have a conversation.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, you're good to go, Mr. Christopher.
May 16th, guys, it's going to be such a fun one to watch. And we'll be covering it. I mean, this dude clearly doesn't stand a chance. Honestly, I'm fully convinced he's a sovereign citizen just based on his attitude and the way he's talking to the court. It's practically shouting sovereign citizen. But let me know if you guys disagree, because I did notice he was a bit more talkative with his attorney than we usually see with these types normally. Sovereign citizens argue every tiny detail, ignore basic legal principles, and completely refuse to listen to reason speaking, of which quick law fact for you guys: if you're representing yourself in court, the judge is not required to help you out or give you advice. They will happily let you crash and burn if you show up unprepared. And from what we're seeing here, this guy is not ready. This is going to be a total train wreck. And I can't wait to watch it all unfold. Sovereign citizens like this guy really think they can outsmart the law, but honestly, it's like showing up to a sword fight with a pool noodle. It's not going to end well. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on this one. And I know you all will too. I'm going to wrap it up here. I really appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments if you think he's a sovereign citizen, or if you see it differently. Stay tuned for future uploads, and take care, guys.